Adventure Time is the Cartoon Network show with the most natural transition from innocent, wacky, fun episodes to dark and depressing storylines. Season 1 to 2 was just about this energetic human named Finn and his magic dog going around the land of Ooh, fighting cool creatures, but also some of the weirdest villains ever.
It's bacon time! Yeah! Yeah! Do you want to do this marriage thing with me?
Oh, my love, the answer is yes.
Boom!
Congratulations.
But then we get introduced to the Lich, the ultimate villain of the show. And yeah, the guy manages to pull off the most outrageous and heinous acts, not just for Adventure Time, but for a Cartoon Network show as a whole. Spoilers, obviously. In one episode, the Lich kills Finn and Jake's hero, Billy, off screen and wears his corpse to trick them.
No, man, what the f is this?
The lore goes back even further, when you realize that Finn and Jake live in a post-apocalyptic world brought on by the Mushroom War, which causes Marceline to be homeless and Simon, the Ice King, to come to her aid before he goes fully insane. But there was one episode that completely stun-locked me, an episode that didn't really require prior knowledge of the lore of the show, an episode that made me deeply reflect on myself and my surroundings, the episode called Puhoy. The episode begins in the treehouse, with Jake and BMO making a pillow fort. Well, other than it being fun as hell, they're doing this because there's a knife storm outside. While Jake's having fun, Finn is just depressed and isn't about it. He explained that he told a joke to his current girlfriend, Flame Princess, and she didn't even laugh. He just sits there, moping. But then Jake gives some pretty useful advice, albeit in a very ridiculous way.
Having a girlfriend is hard.
No, being crazy is hard. You're getting all hung up on imaginary problems. You gotta focus on what's real, man.
Now, this all makes sense, right? Well, this is what he says next.
You see this cup? This is literally my favorite cup. Huh. Now it's gone forever, so it's not real, and I don't care about it anymore.
Yeah, complete nonsense, right? I'll get back to this. Anyway, Finn decides that he wants to be alone for a while, so he goes deep into their pillow fort. As he goes further though, he eventually finds this latch. When he opens it, he finds himself in this strange pillow world, and naturally, Finn is confused and thinks Jake built it too.
That guy needs some more girlfriends or something. Hey, Jake, you need more What the?
So the door is gone, and Finn heads off to a nearby pillow town in hopes that he can find a door back to the tree fort, where he finds a blanket dragon.
What's up, bro?
Nothing much, man. Just gonna beat the shit out of you!
After that, the mayor of the town comes to thank Finn, and greets him by saying the episode's name.
Puhoy there!
He calls for a party to celebrate, where Finn, like he's been doing since the beginning of the episode, sits by himself away from everyone else. The daughter of the mayor, Rosalinen, meets with him and asks him to dance. He politely declines, saying that he has a girlfriend, but she just says it's one dance. Yeah, heard those words before.
I sense a trickery here.
He then asks the mayor to help him find the door to his homeworld, and while Quilton seems eager to help, he doesn't have any idea how to find it. Then we go back to the tree fort to see Jake fishing for the mug he threw out the window. What an absolute mug. When we go back to what Finn's up to, we find that he's already started a family with Rosalinen. Let me remind you what she said before this.
Dummy, it's a dance, not marriage.
Pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic, man.
We then get to see Finn, who's all grown up with this majestic ass beard.
Get his beard though. It's so solid.
Quilton arrives and tells Finn that he found a book that discusses the whereabouts of the door back to his homeworld. He says that archaeologists say that it appears and disappears randomly, and there's no way to tell when it will again. Finn tells him that he needs to find it, which obviously gets his wife very worried. Next we see Finn. He's a lot older with a gray beard. A cool detail is his right arm. It's no longer human, but a pillow-like robot arm. This is foreshadowing how Finn will eventually lose his arm at the end of the season, a detail that almost every alternate version of Finn we have seen so far has had. He meets this Oracle, who sounds like Rex from Toy Story.
Then you must be Finn, the human man.
So there's another way to...
Were you scared? Tell me honestly. I think I'm just coming off as annoying.
The Oracle tells him that he knew Finn would come because he read a newspaper from the future, to which Finn asks,
Does it say how I get home?
The real question is, are you sure you want to?
Yeah.
Well, don't worry. You won't be here long.
He discusses this cryptic behavior of the Oracle with his family and tells them that the Oracle spoke in riddles and that he's gonna fester on this one, just like he told Jake before he entered the Pillow World. I'll get back to this later. Rosalinen gets emotional and tells Finn to remember them when he goes back to his real life. This This triggers Finn to remember another thing that Jake told him before entering the Pillow World.
You're getting all hung up on imaginary problems. Stay with your new wife. You've known her longer now than any of us. You're not even sure I ever really existed.
So Finn's mind is completely distorted. It makes sense given how long he's been in this world. What distorted Jake says is interesting when we compare it to what real Jake said. Again, I'll come back to this. The fake memory convinces Finn to stay, and he forgets about finding the door. The next we see him though, he's on his deathbed. He's old, grumpy, and can barely understand his kids. Eventually he dies, and what we see next is still the most confusing and oddly terrifying scene in all of Adventure Time. We see a black void with this big ass creature. He's just sitting there. Menacingly! Old Finn drifts close to him, bounces off his tongue, and flies away. The creature then turns back to face him, the both of them looking at each other briefly, before Finn wakes up back in the tree fort. He slides down, and Jake asks him how he's feeling. Finn says he had a weird dream, and just as he's about to tell it, he gets a phone call from Flame Princess. It turns out Flame Princess just didn't get the joke that Finn told at first, but now she does and finds it funny. Jake's happy for Finn, but then asks him about the dream, and Finn completely forgets.
What about this dream?
What dream?
The dream you just had in the Pillow Fort?
Let me remind you what Rosalind asked of Finn.
Just promise me you'll remember us when you're back in your real life.
Although technically he never did promise her anything. So what did this entire episode mean? Yeah, I know the episode tells us it's a dream. Respectfully, that's
Horseshit. That is f***ing horse shit.
My initial interpretation when this episode came out was that it all happened. Finn married a pillow woman, had pillow kids, and spent decades with them. But given that he doesn't remember any of it, then that shouldn't be the case, right? After all, we forget most of our dreams when we wake up. Let's just go back to that red monster thing Finn sees before he dies. Now, even when this episode came out, no one knew what this thing was. It was only when Adam Muto, the showrunner, revealed its name that people started to understand and speculate. His name is Golb. Now, in Adventure Time, there's a guy called Glob, who's presumably a deity in the show. We can infer this since in season 1, everyone loves to use his name instead of just saying God.
Oh my glob.
Oh my glob.
Oh my glob, man, everyone's dead!
Is everyone at church? Worshipping Glob?
So if Glob is seen as the good of the universe, or God, is Golb the evil of the universe, or the devil? In Adventure Time, there are literal beings called life and death. So I don't think it's that simple that Glob can represent life and Golb can represent death. I think Golb represents something higher, since it's stated that he inhabits a dimension outside of the universe. Here's what I think happened. I think everything that Finn experiences in the Pillow World is real, but as soon as Finn is about to die, his view shatters and comes face to face with Golb. I believe this encounter emphasizes that Golb destroyed the Pillow World, and as a result, it's like it never happened, just completely erased. Later on, we find out that this Golb creature is the embodiment of chaos. He basically just stirs shit and destroys stuff. If it was merely a dream, why would the writers want to show Golb? Sure, it could just be for setup, but there's never one reason why the AT writers include things. Another idea is that Golb destroyed the world because Finn growing up and becoming more powerful could result in him being a threat to him. Just more speculation there. The second interpretation has a lot of weight to it, but it's one that I'm mixed on. If you think back to what Jake tells Finn, both the real and fake versions, he questions the idea of reality.
You gotta focus on what's real, man.
Or
Stay with your new wife.
think about what he says to Finn when he throws the cup.
Now it's gone forever, so it's not real, and I don't care about it anymore.
This is shown by Finn at the end of the episode. Finn's family is gone forever, so it's not real, and he doesn't care about it anymore. That in itself is such a dark and twisted outcome. Ultimately, Finn's journey to the Pillow World only begins with him saying to Jake that he's gonna fester with his thoughts. And Jake says,
Festering's always bad, man. There's no good kind of festering.
after Finn meets the Oracle, he says he needs to fester some ideas about what the Oracle means, which leads him to continue staying in the Pillow World. Perhaps if Finn stopped overthinking about Flame Princess and overthinking about where he was, that he could have found his way back to the Tree Fort. Is to show the viewers that overthinking everything can lead you to mysterious places, and sometimes it may lead to good things, but overall it's gonna force the life out of you. You overthinking about whatever it is just a waste of time, and it won't matter in the end. With either interpretation, I can confidently say that this is the most thought-provoking and uneasy episode in Adventure Time. Do you think the Pillow World was real or fake? Leave a comment down below your ideas and interpretations. Please leave a like and subscribe while you're down there. Check out my other cartoon videos here or in the description below, and thanks for watching.